And we're back. Complexity going to take on TWZ. It's down to the wire now. TWZ need a win here. Complexity got to grab one to stay alive and hope that they can force out a four-way tie. Keeping in mind, that's going to run us to bracket play. Will not be a round robin there. And the skin war going to TWZ in a big way.
Oh, so it will be a bracket play.
Yes, if it goes to a four-way tie, that'll be bracket play. If it's a three-way tie, it'll be a round robin. So
I wonder how we do seeding. Do we flip coins? Do we do head-to-head?
I wonder, yeah, because it'll be dead. I mean, obviously, since it's a tie, it'll be dead even on the...
We won't have to worry about that unless it actually happens.
Not our problem anyway. That's the behind-the-scenes guys.
Yeah.
Remember, casters don't make any decisions.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep you guys updated on the real decisions being made by people who actually are more qualified.
Put a blue paw print on that. You can jot it down in your handy-dandy notebook for the next tournament you watch.
And then we'll go ahead and throw it, and you'll have some mail time. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, what a strong skin showing here out of TWZ, though. I mean, that's coming to win level skin win right there. Jinx, I know Bobby Hankill's got the Mafia Jinx skin, but, you know, he's wearing the normal one because he knows it's the best. Bishu got Bladecraft Oriana, not Broloff, which is always the correct skin. That's all you got to do. And Fiddle, it's just perfect all the way around. Couldn't be a better start through the day for TWZ here. And all skin discussions aside, because I won't say joking, that's dead serious, the skin war. TWZ, really great showing yesterday. You know, we'll see if they show up here today.
Yeah, TWZ did a really great job against TBD and ended up taking that win. A lot of people thought that they won. They went 2-1 yesterday, almost going 2-0.
Yeah. So again, Quantic, if you're a big Quantic fan, still in with a shout. Same for VVV, same for Complexity, and same for
There's a whole lot.
Everybody who's not TBD and Cog. We'll end up in a four-way tie. A couple games left to go to decide it. TWZ got a couple left in the day. Complexity need this one.
So really, TWZ are the fate deciders right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have all of the control of the bracket.
They are the linchpin.
If they win this one, they secure themselves a spot. If they lose this one, well, then they get Complexity a little closer and a little closer to that four-way tie. And then if they lose the next one, then, man. So at this point, we're going to see something from TWZ, whether it's them being inside of the top three or them playing extra games to secure the spot.
Got the too strong bottom lane now to answer things back. There's going to be a recall and a lane swap here, as it looks like Complexity want the 2v2 lane. And Tay and Bishu in the middle. Play a little hams game with each other so you can get the most ham.
Yeah, you really don't want to put Nasus in that free farm lane. He does extremely well in a 2v1 situation, and put him in a 1v1. It's much better.
Yeah, put a little pressure on him, because that's siphoning strike. I mean, we've seen it in this very tournament. Nasus only making it through a couple, only getting picked in a couple, but an undeniable force, win or lose. He basically becomes that guy that he's going to have a million health, he's going to walk to the back, he's going to siphoning strike you right in the chops, and you're going to get real sad.
Both junglers.
Started up, both junglers in the area, and Ninjakin going to catch an axe, and they're going to turn around, move for him, get some good damage down, but Ninjakin will get out clean.
That was a really good read there by Cortez. He was sitting off on the side in a place where Ninjakin had no idea that he wasn't near the bushes, had no vision of him. Ninjakin comes out for the gank, immediately there, and Ninjakin having to blow his flash and getting taken down really low.
That is Jermaine. Bobby Hankhill doing the thing up top. Very even right now. MIA going to look for one. Just going to catch a little bit of electric love in the back of the head there.
Forcing him out. So this 2v2 lane, I kind of give it over to Bobby Hankhill and Nidus, considering the point-and-click CC, but it's going to take a little while for Fiddlesticks to have that CC ramp up, and we do see the jungler coming up here. Cortez, they don't know he's here.
They're going to be able to get a good run on it. MIA, the target right now. Trooper going to stay at the back and put down whatever damage he can. He's poking from the far side. MIA gets out over the wall. The exhaust burns out, and MIA will stay alive. They get the flash out, however, which means diminished playmaking there. But Nidus remain going to spin the flash as well, which going to basically do the same thing. Diminished playmakes on both sides. Obviously, MIA going to have a gap closer in the form of that Zenith Blade, going to be able to throw the E across and get some work done.
Yeah, and when you get a Zenith Blade and it's Shield the Daybreak on somebody like Jinx, she's not getting away from you. Down bottom, Yazuki, Mega Zero.
And Yazuki losing that fight in a big way. He's going to start healing up.
We don't usually see that from a Nasus either.
And look at the lane presence right now. Kez, he's coming down. Mega Zero getting slowed. He's got a long way to run. Level 4 and no goodies in the bag. Going to keep picking up that axe and putting the hurt on. First blood over to Yazuki. Big give right there because certainly Kez could have finished that one off. Going to really help that lane out. And Mega Zero, he's going to be that big beefy front line one way or another. But Yazuki getting gold, getting money, getting any time on lane to farm up that Q is one of those things that's going to be very, very scary for complexity as the game rolls on.
And they're going to put some pressure onto this bottom turret. Nobody in the area. Cortez doing a fantastic job of roaming. He's behind in CS on Ninjaken, but that does not even matter. He's just been so present on this map. Getting flashes from top lane, getting kills in the bottom lane. Mega Zero, no flash. So when he went to that second bush, it was pretty much just a chase down there with the Wither alongside the Undertow over and over again. He didn't blow his barrier, and I don't know if it would have saved him, but he decides to save it for a different day.
Evelynn in the area. They will threaten MIA. Evelynn leaves the area as Ninjaken shown up mid lane, but Kez has been everywhere on this map right now. Is trailing in the CS as a result, but not too far back. Got himself an assist as well. And certainly going to ramp up in a very, very different way than Ninjaken is going to want to. He's going to want a good chunk of money in there so that he can get in, get some solid damage done. Be basically a second Gente, but one who mashes the poor Q key until it explodes.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage coming out there.
Nice shield by Bishu, just going to soak up that Gente round. And you can see Yazuki looking like a different player now that he managed to pick up that first blood kill. Standing in against Mega Zero is starting to run a little bit low. They're both fairly even there on the overall.
And the Wither doesn't really affect Mundo that much. Granted, he can put on his W and reduce the time that the Wither is going to be applied to him. But most of Mundo's damage is from cleavers and from his W and standing next to you. So it's not reducing his auto attack that much. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stand on you. So as far as running away goes, great if Kez makes a trip down bottom. But if you're just fighting the 1v1, he's like, yeah, it's not a turret here, so I'm just going to hang out. Kez is continuing to trade fairly even. Yeah, Kez in enemy jungle here.
Finds
poor Evelynn around. They're going to make a move. Got people swinging down Kez looking for Ninjaken here, and Ninjaken's going to be joined. Bishu Shockwave, Ninjaken down. Kez going to pick one up. Can he get away from Gente here? Going to put the slow on him. He's got room to run. MIA the one in trouble now. Bishu running low, can't get out. Gente's going to grab one back. 2-1 now, but Kez not done. Will they give it to Bobby Hankill? Yes, they no. They won't. Very nearly got him. Red buff burned him down.
Gente out of mana there, not able to help out as much as he would like to. Didn't hit the first force pulse. He uses his flash, and the blue buff, he's not going to have that one either because he gets stolen away by Cortez.
2-for-1 grab there. He's going to go 3-1 on the overall. A Wither, I got to get used to him.
Yeah,
I'm so used to the fluffy one.
Well, I'm used to the old Nasus. Or I guess Nasus.
Nasus.
Yeah, I think it's Nasus because Renekton even says his name. Renekton says Nasus.
Doesn't matter, Freak decides what.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Vice President of how names are pronounced. This is his job title. Blue buff is going to get over there to Bishu. The double buff spinning, it gets me every single time. But Bishu is red buff though. Silver linings.
Yeah, it's all about that. Gotta be positive, right? Gente looking for the
double buff. Gonna run a Kez and then decide very much better of it and run the other way.
Kez is just so strong right now.
Absolutely. 201. And that's a guy you want to be big. This is a run to the back line and just hurt people kind of a team that they've got on the Walking Zed. Nasus, that's his MO. I'm going to walk to the back line. I'm going to Q you right in the chops, and you're just going to lose, half your health later on in the game if you're a squishy. Even if you're not, you're going to be getting hit pretty big. Bobby Hankill and Bishu going to be more than happy to let them walk to the back line. But again, it's that nice mix. It's one of those things that over the course of this tournament, we've seen people go more pure tank. people who aren't quite as scary. Obviously, Mundo can be a very big poke damage dealer if he's got time to cleaver over and over and over. He's great in a chase down situation, but in those team fights, he's sort of scary to the back line, but not in that individual way that Kez and Yazuki are, where it's going to be, oh my god, I have to run away from this. With Mundo, it's just more of a, let me get a little bit of a better position on him and walk it around.
Yeah. He's like a slow bot and a little bit of AoE damage spread out. We did see a Mundo do the most damage in a previous game. I remember seeing that one by about 10k
like
over a Kassadin.
10k it was, yeah. And that was with a Kassadin having a banner game, I mean, as well. That was,
Yeah. Both junglers in the mid lane.
did all the finishing work there. Yasuke and Mega Zero still playing Smack the Titan down bottom. Not getting much anywhere. But it's okay. He's got the completely legally distinctive from the Hulk skin on, so he's not scared of nothing.
Just don't make him angry.
Indeed not. But we can't say that, so don't make him upset.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Don't hurt his feelings.
You would not like him when he is particularly upset.
And so, if we look at Kez, he's got 100% kill participation right now, which really speaks about his jungling. Staying a little down in CS, but he's just doing so much work across the map. And if we look at him right now, doing Dragon by himself, getting it primed for Bishu to come down and help, and then it'll be gone in just a second.
And boop, there it goes. Dragon 1 over to the Walking Zed. Is going to put him out to a 2,000 gold lead. Bobby Hank Hill trailing in the CS up top to Chuper. But he does have an assist and now the Dragon Gold. Gonna more than make up for that. 102 to 74 in the mid lane as Bishu got himself a nice little CS lead there. He's 0-1-1 versus the 1-0-0 on Gente, which will make up a little bit of it. But it's pressing on 30 CS now. Gente just can't really get in close. Tries to do some damage. He's gonna get in close this time. Bishu gonna shockwave, find some time to get away, slows him down, shields, and gets out. Nicely done there. 81 to 76 in the bottom lane. Chuper in a little bit of trouble. MIA doing what he can. Bobby Hank Hill going to cleanse out of it. Going to be a close fight, and he's working MIA. Bobby Hank Hill hops back. Cleans out the shock. Is not going to be able to finish the job on Chuper. Everybody getting denied kills around the map.
And down bottom, Yazuki out of health, out of mana. Mega Zero trying to zone him out completely.
And now he's lost 2 heads, and that can't be good.
Oh, yeah, definitely 3 heads are better than 1. No doubt there, Ninja Ken trying to clear out a pink ward up top. Are they going to go after Nidus?
Putting on his world's best distraction pants and coming in, giving him something to look forward to there. They couldn't catch him up though, and not going to go 3 strong onto the turret. Nidus remain going to bounce around a Dark Wind, which will slow things down just a bit and get a minion line in just in time here. Yazuki, a lot of chances to farm up some damage onto that Q. That's the Q counter. We got to get one of those for the stats board. Just a siphoning strike, extra damage counter. Right now it's at plus 156.
Yeah. And man, I took a little like head vacation there when you said his best distraction pants. I'm like, what would those look like? And they're probably backless chaps.
Polka dots and stripes.
Oh, okay. We obviously differ in the pants we want Niners to wear. Yeah, Teleport come down bottom.
No, they're also the chaps. They're polka
okay.
Dayglow. Good stuff. 2v3 down bottom, but Bishu and Cortez a little bit low. Evelyn nowhere near this one. Gente gonna walk forward, possibly to his peril, as he catches a slow from Bishu. They're gonna try and catch it up. Can't quite get there. Gente is gonna be forced to hop away. And Bishu gonna speed up his run to top side. They got a cannon minion here and a big wave coming in. Don't think Ninja King's got the time to do it with Jinx coming down. They're looking for a turret here. Might be able to find one. Get a little bit lucky, but Complexity not going to get mid. Bottom going to come under attack here. Bishu swinging down to take care of that one. Evelyn not with a lot of great ways out of the jungle, but Bobby Hank Hill going to back it up.
Ninja Ken?
This still turn into a fight. Oh, goes over the wolves. Not there.
Where's he going to back? Ninja Ken needs to find a safe place.
He finally does. Bishu just going to work down blue buff as all of the turret danger falls away. Kez going to roll up top as Chuper and MIA pushing down top outer. Got that one down. Still just over half the health left on it, though.
And up top, still this 2v2 lane. Dragon Pressure has been going over to the side of TWZ. I almost said TBD. It's the other T. It's TWZ.
All these initialisms.
Yeah. Cortez has just been having so much pressure. And Ninja Ken, his Evelyn play hasn't been astounding in comparison to Cortez's Olaf play. He's got objective control.
Yeah, I mean, all over the place. They got dragon control. They had enemy blue pressure, I think, and control there. Yeah, he had the double buff spinning when they gave over Bishu a little earlier. Putting pressure on it again, and, you know, several ganks. Just a lot of work being done all around the map. With mid-outer down, they're going to pressure that one now as well. A little bit of damage onto it.
Then you would think that Olaf had some kind of extra movement speed the way he's been going around this map.
He really just, they call him the streak man. He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
They're going after Mega Zero now. No flash on him because he doesn't have it.
We'll walk it away, but he's still got a turret down there, so not the scariest thing in the world. Still 2 minutes to Dragon, give or take a couple of seconds. So nothing going to happen there. But hey, a 3,000 gold lead right now for the Walking Zed. There was a time when I would have said that's a pretty nice lead to have at 15 minutes, but now it just makes me sad to look up at the gold bar.
Yeah, you can't really snowball the game as much. It used to be like, especially watching OGN in the Korean scene, it's like, oh, 2K gold lead, no problem. That's the game.
MIA going to take a lot of shots for the hubris of that E on the Nidus Remain.
Here comes Ninja Ken, but they see him.
Comes Bishu as well. He's going to get feared up and slowed. No way out of that one for Ninja Ken. Big pull back right there by Bishu. MIA now in trouble as a 3-strong Chuper. Oh, what a replay of the first couple minutes of the game there as MIA uses a flash to get out over the wall again.
I think Ninja Ken might have used attack move into that bush. He walks up to the pink ward. As soon as he gets in the bush, smacks it, revealing himself. Of course, pink ward is already revealing him. And then Nidus comes in, flash fear, and he just sets up Bishu perfectly.
Yeah, Bishu chasing that one down. I mean, so close. Beautiful flash out by Ninja Ken, but it was too far in to the shockwave pull animation. He couldn't get clear.
Pulled him off to the
Bobby
other side.
Kill, working top outer.
Yeah, they're going to get this, though, because it's Jinx, and that's exactly what Jinx does.
Yeah, again, the Jinx split push lane is the thing that people really gonna have to think about, because that was a very scary game earlier. Because you just think, what do you do? Who do you send?
You
The
can't.
1v1 of Fed Jinx.
It's too much attack speed. Ooh. MIA almost catches Nidus there.
And if she gets the turret, she can just run away, quick as you please. Kez in the area, Ninja Ken in the area. As bottom outer, the last outer turret still standing. Right now, the Walking Zed, very strong lead, 4.3k gold. Nice CS numbers on their side as well. It's going to be actually a loss up top.
Kez,
But otherwise,
get on
lead
Ninja.
on the field, Ninja Ken, Withered. It's going to be really hard. Ragnarok on him. Not going to be able to deny this one. Down he goes. Yazuki gets it. Up top, they're going to go on to Nidus Remain as Gente swings up. Bobby Hank Hill still in good shape as they're going to pry it on under turret. MIA taking it out as best he can. Bobby Hank Hill not going to be long for this world. Gente goes double kill. And
There's
Dragon
double
gets
kill.
picked up in the meantime, so the get back going to be fairly minor there, but they get top outer. So not too shabby there as a bad Lexington.
Yeah, but they give up a dragon in return, so TWZ a little bit ahead. Mega Zero doesn't have sadism just yet. It's almost up. So he'll be able to stay in this lane.
Needs to be scary. Not going to be scary in time. Like Zero just walking forward, not even with the AoE burn.
He had turret aggro. Oh, he's going.
Running forward and screaming "Grr" real heavily there. Oh, he can get out though. We'll get clear of that turret. Very close one there. If Yazuki had just had a little bit more health in the bucket, might have been able to get Mega Zero down to the turret.
Well, Mega Zero still had barrier available.
Oh yes.
So I don't think he was in as much trouble as it looked, and it could have possibly been a bait on top of that. But here comes Bishu from the bottom lane. I see an Orianna. I'm like, it's Gente, right? No, it's Bishu. He's coming in for the squeeze here.
2 turrets to 2 now with mid-outer prime to go. Chuper and Ninjakin ready to work on it. They're clearing away whatever they can. Nidus Remain gonna give Jinpei some more gold. Bishu gets in late. No, they're gonna give that one over to Mega Zero. Bishu gonna shockwave him in. So now they're both standing right on top of him. An interesting way to fight 2 very close range champions there, but hey, they got the old spin.
There goes the barrier from Mega Zero, and the Ignite went down onto Jinte, and now Complexity has a kill lead in this game, and a tower lead. Just haven't been getting the dragons. 0-2 on that. Might pick up another turret here.
On a huge run right here, Bobby Hank Hill gonna come in. He's very scared. Yazuki gonna go in. Jinpei to the back. Ninjakin gonna get the kill. Yazuki getting burned down. Spins the ult, but there's no way to fight this. 4v1 basically as Jinpei left the fight under the turret there, and Complexity on a roll here. No other way to say it. TWZ has been handing them the fights that they want.
Yeah, the rotations here were fantastic, and it looked like TWZ actually went a little too far for the rotation. Bishu took a long time to get to bottom lane. when Mega Zero just ran straight up. He's getting chased down.
Titus remains back, and they're going to try and fight on this one. Ninjakin going to drop the ult. The Ragnarok comes out. He is angry. That's a very scary looking Olaf running in. The fear comes in. Cortez not done. Mega Zero still low. He's got a turret here. It's going to be hard to finish the job on this one. Going to put the fear on the Mega Zero. Down comes Bishu, and they will be able to finish off Mega Zero. Gente wants Cortez. Can he get him? Run him low. Shockwave is going to pull MIA, and Yazuki teleports back, and they'll get Gente out. MIA goes down. Beautiful answer back by TWZ. Just sloppy running around right there, but it was good enough as TWZ took him low enough, and Complexity stayed a little too far forward, a little too long, but weren't even there really that long. They were treated basically immediately. Nicely played by TWZ.
Yeah, they got a little greedy on that turret. They didn't even get that turret over there. They decided to try and check the blue buff, get it on their way out, and that's what really cost them, is that they overstayed their welcome trying to get the blue.
Gave Kez time to get back in.
Ooh.
Oh, nearly got it.
It was a good try. It was a really good try. But so Ninjakin, the thing that I've been noticing is that his Dark Frenzy timing, his W, which removes slows, has not been that great. He's using it before he gets hit by an undertow. So Olaf's throwing his axe out, he's using his movement speed increase, and then he gets hit by the slow. It's the same thing with Wither earlier. He got hit by the Wither after his Dark Frenzy was on cooldown, because he's just using it to escape instead of remove slows, whereas against this team, you need to use it to remove the slows.
Hop on out there and head back to base is Bishu. Bobby Hankel going to join him. 2,000 gold lead now as they're doing that build mountains thing again this game. The person really with much bank right now going to be Chuperson. 3K unspent gold. Total gold going to be pretty even across both teams here. I mean, 2,000 gold lead spread across 5 people. Not a big chunk of change. And the kills in pretty much the same spot on both sides.
Yeah, the mid lane, there's been a lot of focus there. Top lane, Mega Zero and Gente, they're trying to do a lot of work here. And what Cortez is doing to run around the map has the same kill participation as Gente, actually the exact same score, 304. And he's trying to just support his team instead of, ooh, Nidus!
Gonna go on to MIA. He's got no way out of that one. Down he goes. Bishu with the kill. Mega Zero now in trouble as Yazuki and Kez come in strong. Mega Zero got a long run, but those Frosty Gloves mean there's just nothing for him to do. And they'll let him go.
I don't know if they let him go. They just can't get to him.
Nah, they let him go.
Okay.
They could have done some stuff.
They could have destroyed him, just made him. You know, I guess if you want to beat Mundo, you just calm him down, right?
Yeah, really.
Make him upset.
Turns right back into Bryce Biener.
Bueller.
Yeah, there we go. Big push in on the bottom outer turret that wouldn't have stood up for very long anyway. But one of the things that just occurred to me that I'll talk about after they kill Mega Zero here. Ninjakin's going to come back in, gets himself a big old shield stun. Not going to catch anybody. Big slows here. MIA in the middle of the pile, but Ninjakin can't join the fight. Bobby Hank Hill looking for a little bit of love on the Ninjakin. Sends out some big damage, flashes over, and gets it. Nice kill right there. Split push. Going to get a pickup on the top inner. They will be able to run Gente out of town. They pick up 2 for none right there. Lose a turret up top. Yazuki gets there in time to stop any further aggression. But I got to say, one of the things that just occurred to me, the turret-eating potential of TWZ is huge.
Yeah, they can just utterly wreck these turrets. The attack speed from the Pow Pow and also the Siphoning Strike from Yazuki just do so much. And the fact that Cortez has attack speed increase on his W. And the fact when he's lower, it's even more.
A lot of stuff there. So, I mean, on the other side of even a contentious team fight, it's going to almost be worse for him because Kez is going to be doing work. Even now, Yazuki, you see him put down a shot onto a turret. We're talking like a third of outer turret health. So it's going to be really rough for them to deny that side of it. A little bit of communication problem on the TWZ side. So they're going to have to get things. Looks like everybody having some VoIP server issues.
All right, so let's talk about the items that have been coming out here. We see Ninjakin taking the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, and that's really been this 3.14 thing. In 3.13, people would take the Blessing of the Lizard Elder, and they swapped it over because now it gives you mana, not just vamp spell vamp where you'd get HP. It gives you mana back as well. So keeps you sustained up in the jungle, but there really aren't a lot of defensive stats on Ninja Ken. He's got some HP from the Haunting guys, but that's about it. And then we look over at Cortez, doing a lot of work here for his team. Already has the Aegis, already has the extra HP, and 306. He's been all over this map, all over it. He was moving so quickly. He was up top early in the game, and I was like, how did he get down bottom so quickly when he went to go gank Mega Zero? I was really thinking that. I had no idea how he got there. It was just so quickly. But another thing here, Chuper, he bought a Blade of the Ruined King instead of something like a Trinity Force on the Ezreal. So is that for self-peel? Is that I'm not quite sure. But it's going to give him the lifesteal that he needs.
It's an interesting build on the Ez as well. Yeah, I mean it's not what we normally see. I mean everybody kind of go Triforce on basically everybody but Jinx. You roll out. Haven't seen much Caitlyn. I miss her.
Yeah. Well, I don't miss her. She just had a 650 range above everybody, and she's just a lane bully. So now people have really kind of rotated towards more late game push champions, like the Lucian, the Jinx, the Sivir.
Yeah. Wave clear has been kind of the order of the day. And I think, honestly, with the Nasus making it through, we saw a lot of bans there. Looks like the switch, they're going to switch it over, basically to switch the pause time now to the complexity side, because they still need a little bit of time. Looks like TWZ have gotten themselves prepped up. But yeah, I mean, with Nasus out on the field, with Jinx on the field, with Olaf on the field, there's just towers going to fall away before them if they can get up to them. That's a key part of any good tower eating.
Well, all they have to do is have one bad rotation from complexity, and then they take the turret in less than 5 seconds, I would assume. Yeah. They just get up to it, destroy it.
Complexity can never even start.
Yeah, exactly. They have to be there to answer when a rotation comes out from TWZ. So they have to ward up their jungle, and they have to make sure that they're always present, always vigilant, and that the calls are correct. Because I think one bad call could definitely cost them the entire game.
Yeah, and as a result, could cost them the entire series. I mean, again, the Walking Zed, they need one here. To get themselves into the top 3. Complexity, they're playing for their lives. They're desperate. Just want to drive that point home.
They're playing for other people's lives, too. I mean,
Quantic, Complexity.
VVV a bit as well.
Yeah, VVV, there we go. I was all tabbing to my list of people who are still in if...
if TWZ loses both games, yeah. But that's a big if. If TWZ win, then they close it out. The top 3 are going to be COG, TBD, and TWZ.
Yeah.
A lot riding on this game. And it's an exciting last day because all of these games really matter, except for the last one. That's just kind of like a show match.
Yeah. That's basically it's COG and TBD.
That's basically who's going to scare the LCS relegated teams more.
Yeah,
they're both 3-1. That's pretty much what that's going to be about.
And that'll be a fun one to watch. I mean, that's go full ham. I like a good celebration game. I mean, that's a victory lap right there, right? Well,
there's still a lot riding on it because you don't want it. You really don't want to be. If we could, we might, but it's really a scare game at that point because you don't want to get picked by Coast because they've been doing fantastically in the NACL. They've just been having strong showings the entire time that they've been in the relegation stage. Curse, they're not as powerful. And Velocity, everybody's kind of like, no, please let us be up against Velocity because they've been having roster swaps. They gave up their whole roster. They have a new Velocity coming in that's untested so far. So people are really looking for that one.
And again, the relegated teams going to get to pick from this pool of 3 right now, which contains TBD and Cognitive. So looking for a third friend to take to the beach party. The LCS, but again, I mean, very important game here right now. Very, very solid lead, 5,500 gold on the Walking Zed. 4 turrets to 4 though, and that's the number that really is starting to matter here in season 4. Kill counts, gold, you can get that back later. It's just money. That's the season 4 motto. And but 4 turrets to 4, it's going to make things very even. There's a lane to push up. We got to talk about lane pushing potential, which I've been harping on because it really has the lane clear, tower eating potential. Those have so far into season 4 been really the keys to who's been able to put the biggest pressure on. Every time you see a team that's got a huge wave clear, their counter siege is brilliant, their siege is brilliant, and then when they get in, they start doing good damage onto the turret. It's been just a fantastic thing to watch. I mean, that's why Ziggs has been such a core part of a lot of big wins here across the tournament.
Yeah, you can't really siege against him. Just so much wave clear. Exactly. That's really what 3.14 is all about. Despite turrets not being worth as much gold, and you have to last hit them, people are really like, we need to go for the late game where they can't siege us, and that's what comebacks are made of. When people aren't allowed to siege you, and you just come back slowly but surely in gold.
Yeah, so you want to get enough range that you can siege it from a decent ways out. I mean, that's what Yazaki, again, like I said, I'm looking at the Walking Zed, and I'm just thinking, man, this is a really ideal-looking team for the way 3.14 has been going. They're going to be able to get in. Obviously, Jintei, a hugely disruptive force here, but you've got the Bishu shield. You've got something that they didn't have last time around. We saw, I mean, some big Kassadin plays. He had 11 kills, for the love of all that is holy. I mean, he had a good game. Kassadin had a good game.
Yeah.
The rest of the team didn't have a brilliant game. But again, Kassadin is your guy. He's your go-to guy. In this case, they've got a lot of mitigation in play. They've got the Bishu shield. They've got, cleanse for the silence if they want to turn around and just put a bunch of damage back onto Jintei really quickly if they make it through. Obviously we saw a ton of Banshee's Veils in the last game, but there's a lot of mitigation there. Obviously, Kez and Yazaki basically just going to soak that up and keep walking. They're not too worried about it. The fear, the silence on Dark Wind, there's a lot of ways it's going to make it hard for Jintei to get in and get his job done.
But I kind of feel that if Bobby Hank Hill used his cleanse on just the silence, he would be done for. I think he's saving that for the Shield of Daybreak, Zenith Blade, and the Solar Flare.
Yeah, because Jintei will be following those in. So he really, like you say, he should be cleansed and out.
Yeah.
Before any of that ever happens. But again, he's got the cleanse. He can also add, Mercurial Scimitar in if he's really worried about it. And that's the biggest worry, though, is Leona. So I think a single cleanse probably good for him. That, and then, maybe a Banshee's Veil later on just to say, hey, Jintei, even if you do get to me, I'm going to be okay.
Yep. But ADCs typically go for only one defensive item. It would be a little odd if he bought two. I think you buy that against a very heavy dive comp. So usually it's like, oh, am I going to buy
not
QSS?
Mercurial Scimitar and that. Just the
Banshees. One or the other.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was like,
I'm thinking probably more the
just laying down his options. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Could always go for a GA too. One of them.
Yeah, and I mean that really depends on your front line, and in this case, got a strong front line. That's what we've basically seen. The back line pick up. You want to know that your team's going to still be there, because many of people have picked up a GA thinking, I'm going to have 2 lives to come back up and do some damage, and by the time you get back up, because that GA doesn't spin that quick, the rest of your team has retreated, been forced to retreat, or is dead.
And they're waiting on you. They're camping your body. Spawn campers.
That's just the worst. I'm reporting them.
BM.
I'm leaving this PvP. Going RPMIA. You're going to get away.
Blowing the Talisman of Ascension there for the movement speed. Chuper caught too.
Chuper.
He's not looking.
DC, what happened there? Taking a big shot off of Yazaki. He's got no way out of this. Gonna get the shift. That'll give him a little bit of room. Shift over the wall. But he's just nowhere. He's no man's land right now. With a Yazaki chasing him. Big scary dog. Running him down. And now TWZ gonna come out on the other side of the pile here. Complexity cut off slightly awkwardly. Ninja Kid's gonna come in, start it up. There goes the stun to Bobby Hank goes the back. Jintei locked up though. He gets a big grab, but trades. Around right now, Olaf doing work. Kez super scary, and Mega Zero now in no man's land. Jintei can't come back into this fight because it's Yazaki and Kez at the back line. Bishu too far in for him to do anything. He's going to recall and watch Mega Zero die unceremoniously in some tall grass. They warned him it was dangerous, but he went in anyway.
You don't know what you're going to find there. Random Pokemon?
No, sir. I mean, Professor Oak will give you some clues, but he just wasn't ready for it.
It looks like that was a 3-for-1 overall. Yazaki using his teleport in, had no mana, but was still able to do a lot of damage in that engagement. And they didn't have Chuper. And that was basically a fight engaged by Complexity.
Yeah, engaged on the other side of the field by the wall. By TWC's Yazaki, really. He started that one up, and they thought, oh, let's try and go for it. Honestly, Ninjakin got the trade in there. They managed to get Bobby Hank Hill off, but the retreat angle was just a little too good. Kept Jintei at an awkward angle, too wide of a wall to come over to really jump into the fight. and kept him at the far side, which, again, large part due to a really nice Bishu shockwave at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, his shockwaves have been fantastic all throughout the tournament. He's really been keeping his team in this. I remember even in the round robin and group stages, I believe they took a game off of I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was all about Bishu and his shockwaves.
Oh, Chuper gonna run into Yazuki again. Oh, but put on his real sad pants this time as Evelyn's wiped off the field. No chance of a dragon because that's still 3 minutes away, but Baron's up top. They managed to grab the jungler. It might be a little early for him. No, they got plenty of money. 5K, not going to run for it. Don't want to try that one on with 4, or do they? That's 17 seconds till Ninjakin's back up. Checking for wards. No real coverage in the area. Mega Zero's up top. They do have one in the pit. They're going to start it up, but again, Yazuki, pretty good Baron healer as well. Ezult's going to come through early. Mega Zero going to try and just be as annoying as possible. MIA caught out. Beautiful Nidus remain up there to start things off. Gente and back out. They get Bobby Hank Hill. The Chuper now getting chased down. Kez is going to get the speed buff. They turn it back. They want to finish off this Baron. Kez is going to run a little bit low here. And they finish it. Down it goes. Baron grabbed right there. Big pick by TWZ. Now they're going to turn it around. Chuper cleanses. Is it in time? Ninjakin coming in. Good damage, but they lose Chuper. Ninjakin now in a bad way. Big fear from Nidus Remain. Plays abound by Nidus Remain there. They managed to get in and get Bobby Hank Hill, but that ult over the wall by Nidus Remain just starting that off in all kinds of right ways. They go 4 for 1.
And he also saved Kez there with his Mike Hales. Able to give him a little bit of an HP boost so he wouldn't drop. And another pause coming out here. And I remember they took games off of VVV and knocked them down to the losers bracket. So they had to fight LOLPro for their spot. That's what it was. Because I remember they let Bishu have Orianna. And I was sitting there thinking, I think VVV, they've been having a very strong showing lately. And TWZ, they shut me up on that one because they creamed him.
Looks like having a little bit of trouble on maybe the complexity side. We'll find out.
Yeah, but that was a fantastic fight for complexity through and through. Sorry, for TWZ. That was a terrible fight for complexity. I used that complexity and it was in my head. I was like, wait. No.
They had a bad one.
Yeah, they had a terrible fight. Terrible fight there. Baron going over to TWZ, losing, I believe, Ninjakin. He came back up, rushes over there. Little late, gets feared by Nidus. Nidus just all over that fight with perfect Crow Storm and fear rotations.
Bobby Hank Hill gonna get himself a red buff. Doesn't have the Baron buff, so he needs something. I mean, you can't just roll in. All your friends got the sweet bling. They got the Flavor Flav clocks. Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Enunciated.
That's all right. Yeah.
The Flavor Flav clocks, and he just didn't have one, so he's gonna come in, get a clock of his own. It's digital though, so it just looks a little funny.
And you got to have the old school with the hands.
Ez is going to soften up bottom lane and hope that that will keep bottom inner in good shape. Still time for the siege game. Nidus Remain for the flank, man. He is coming in from the side, and they'll just push in onto it. Tower eating begins. Nidus Remain just going to hop forward there. MIA gets blown up. Down he goes. Bobby Hank Hill going to grab it with the ult. They're going to start it up proper. Ninjakin going low. Going to get him. One for Yazuki after he gets the turret. Gente hops in. Nidus Remain gets back out alive. Nobody else even in a bad way, but Chuper will finish him off. That was red buff, and he catch him off the far side of the Mystic shot. Down goes the first Nexus turret. They're just not big enough to do anything about this, and just a big, huge push in here. Bobby Hank Hill very nearly goes down to turret shots there. Bishu finishes off Chuper. Mega Zero's still in. Not going to be enough, though. 6 seconds to MIA. TWZ going to lock it. The top 3 are in.
Fantastic display by TWZ. Fantastic team fights back to back. They're going to take it. They're going to go, I believe it's 3-1 alongside TBD and COG.
Oh, just beautifully handled right there. Whoa, we'll talk a little bit more about it right after this. Good game there. We'll be right back.